Hey guys, it's Malamaro King and I'm back with another video. And today I'm drawing a superhuman. So I got this idea from cleaning my room and I was like, hey, this is legitimately cool. And it was really fun, so I was like, hey, let's make a drawing out of this. And so I thought, let's mix a superhero pose with a cleaning pose. And I was like, ooh, that's pretty cool. So I started drawing this and then I was like, wait, this is kind of maintaining gender stereotypes. And then I was like, well, it's too late to change it because I was already in the watercolor stage. But anyway, I mean, what can you do? So I'd like to share with all of you basically like what I do and what I use. So with the media that I use, I mainly use pencil, colored pencil and graphite, watercolor, marker, acrylic, and gouache. And in pencil and graphite, I mainly do portraits, and in colored pencil, it's usually on top of my watercolor. In watercolor, I use it a lot in pretty much anything. I color characters, as you can see with watercolor. I use it in landscapes and a lot of different things. It's my main media. It's my favorite, and I've used it for about 2 years now. It's really great. And marker, I use Copics, and they're so much fun, but I've kind of gotten out of the habit of using them for some reason. It's just kind of mainly been watercolor use for the past year or so. Also with acrylics, I like to do some realistic things and some non-realistic things. It's really mainly how I feel that day. But acrylic is really difficult for me to use, so I don't usually use it. Also gouache. If you guys don't know what gouache is, it's like watercolor and acrylic combined. It's so cool. And I love to use it, and I'm not very good at using it, so I really like to try and use that a little bit more with especially like landscapes and cityscapes and stuff like that I don't usually do. And now we're going to slide on down to Utensil Town. So these are basically my favorite pens to use when outlining, and I don't know much about them because I mostly recently got them, but it's okay, I'll try and give you the most information I can. So the first one is the Pigma BB Pen. It's really nice because it's basically a felt-tipped brush pen. And you can get it really fine or really thick, however you like, but it usually goes on pretty thick if you have a heavy hand like me. And it's really, really nice for lining something like characters. Not really great for really, really fine stuff for watercolor if you're doing landscapes and you want a really fine line for that. But still, it's really fun to use. And then the Poketo Pen, I don't know how to pronounce it, but that's my best estimate. It's really fine, and it's really nice to use if you are going to do a watercolor thing, like where you do the watercolor and then you're like pa-chow pa-chow with the little pen, and it looks really nice. That's a very good pen to use because I've done a rhino with it and a parakeet and also a hummingbird, so that's really nice. I've used it a lot for obviously watercolors, so I know a little bit about that one. I've used probably that one the most out of them. And next comes the Stabilo .88 in black, which I'm going to tell you now is not waterproof. I've tried it on multiple occasions and it usually bleeds a lot, but if you can execute it well, it has a nice fuzzy effect. So if you want something less stark black, then you're gonna want to try and doing this, but you have to be very, very deliberate with where you put your water, or else it's gonna bleed everywhere. And then you have the Copic multiliner, which is very nice if you're going to use Copics as long as they dry. And you can use them with watercolor too. I haven't had very much problem with them other than a couple times on the face they bleed, but that's mostly because I layer on a lot of water. But yeah, most of these are alright if you're just layering on top of any watercolor that you have, like I do in this drawing, but yeah, you know, whatever. And if we shimmy on over to the brushes, I'll tell you which ones I prefer. So I know that a lot of people love round brushes, and I am one of those people. My favorite one is the 6 round from the Zen set from Royal and Langnickel. They have really nice brushes. I'm telling you, really nice. And they're pretty cheap too. Like, I got that set for like 20 bucks, and there were 5 brushes in there, and they were so nice. They are so nice. I still have them, obviously. I also enjoy using filbert brushes, but not as much since I don't have as many of those. And I like flat brushes if I don't have any filberts because, I mean, they have really nice edges. I don't know why else you would use a flat brush unless you wanted a really square end, so that's really nice for flat brushes. And angled brushes are really nice if you want to get into the corners of a like little nook and cranny of a drawing. And less so fan brushes, but I do enjoy using them because I feel like a makeup pro when I use them. I'm like, ooh, look at me, I've got a fan brush. But anyway, I'd like to leave this video here, and I'm gonna say have a great day and stay creative. Bye!